I was Googling highest paid CEOs in Nigeria. The MD of Zenith was tops, and it was 1.06 billion. That's salary in a bribe. I would like to be bribed like that. Everyone, whoever you are, you start somewhere. And salary is a very good place to start. So you can't discount the starting because you like the ending. Being an employee is an advantage. What is the advantage? It's an advantage where you work, you learn, and you get paid for working and learning. Because most of us, when we get employed, we really don't know much about what we're doing.
True.
So there's someone training you to do the work and paying you. How is that a scam? Anyone who creates a structure that generates employment is the one doing the favor. It was relationship that lifted me. Why would my boss be the one to guarantee my loan? I was already working for him, collecting salary. Why will he allow my company to do business and allow me to keep the profit? You don't have to start by loving what you do. You have to start by doing what you must. Why? Because people that do what they love don't necessarily get rewarded for what they love.
True.
True. So if you're not going to get reward for what you love immediately, how do you feed?
Yeah.
How do you live? For example, what I'm doing today and how we came to become friends was me doing what I love. But it was only after I've sorted what I must. But I see a lot of people trying to do what they love and they have not done what they should and what they must. When they even told me to pick a place to do what I needed to do, I picked Kaduna State. Why? I'm from there. They are my people. And in 3 years, we did over 1 billion Naira.
Oh.
Yes, sir. In 3 years, we did over 1 billion. We must learn to have conversations that are principle-based. And we must learn to have conversations from the place of templates. Meaning what? Success leaves clues. So we must begin to look at what did Cosmo Maduka did right. But Cosmo Maduka is not the only one that built a big business. Tony Lumelu did. Don't forget, Tony Lumelu had third class. And don't forget, Tony Lumelu does not have the advantage of Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola's father was a governor. Are you seeing? So all of them have built big businesses. But what is the common indices that makes businesses grow? So you are earning 50K per month. You want to have multiple streams of income. You don't even have one stream because 50K is not a stream.
It's a drop.
It's a drop of water. It's not a stream. And then you want to break 50K into what?
You want to diversify.
Into what with 50K? You know, sometimes we just hear things and we are just anxious. And that's why you find out there's a lot of frustrations out there. And that's why a lot of people have put money into schemes that have taken them backwards in their lives. So I think there's a place for doing what you love, but I think first it has to be what you must. And what you must has to do with what is required at time.
Hello everybody, and once again welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneurs Connect show. As always, what we do here is sit with people who are Africans and building businesses actively, right? Who are entrepreneurs, to learn from their journey, their story, their successes, their failures, and everything in between. Of course, at the end of this show, at the end of this episode, you're going to go home with something that you can implement immediately to see progress in your life, first of all, and then it's going to transcend into your business. Now, as always, we have an amazing guest on the show. Backstory: the first time I would encounter this guest would be in 2021. My friend Emmanuel Abe has just hosted a summit called the Value Summit, and I was invited as speaker, and then we had like a headline speaker. I had not met him. Emmanuel kept going on and on about, you need to hear that the Elisha. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's hear him. And I sat in that conference as a speaker. First of all, I sat there. I'll always go with notes to events when I go to those kind of events. And I just noticed that my notes kept getting full and full and full and full. And I just kept writing. And at the end of the event, I was like, what manner of man is this? So this is 4 years later. It's a great privilege to have you on the show, Daddy Elisha Mamman.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir?
Amazing.
Awesome. So, as the show is about to begin, you are going to notice you are going to have a lot of mind shifts. You are going to learn a lot. It's going to be dropping some bombs as usual. I'm just prepping you in advance so you get ready. Just first things first, I'd like to ask, just before we get into like the deep part of the conversation, where does your story start?
For me, it started with the fact that everything seemed to be hard for me, to get into school. For others, it's 1 year. Mine was 8 years.
Wow.
So you finish secondary school.
Was it JAMB or something? Right.
Knowingly, I was passing JAMB. But the admission was not just working out, and that was actually what led me into personal development. Because at that time, after looking for admission for so long, and for that period of time, I was really not doing anything. I lived with my elder brother, and he was doing very okay. He was a custom officer. So but one day I went to see my spiritual father, and he said to me, I realize that you are intelligent, but I need you to never forget this. And I asked, what would that be? And he said to me, no matter what happens, never be the same way you are the next year of your life.
No matter what happens, never be the same way you are the next
never
day
be
of
the
your
same
life.
year. The next. So he said to me, every year or every month or every week that I see you, I want you to be better. He said, it doesn't matter whether you're in school or you're not in school. It doesn't matter whether you are doing something that everybody's doing or not. But as long as you keep getting better, you will become valuable. For me, and that's where it started. And so by the time I got admission, I had to just do a diploma so I can go to work. Because I had to feed. My family was poor. So I had to do something. So I was that guy that had to do school and work. So after my diploma, I finished with a distinction precisely.
Oh, wow.
But the school I finished from didn't give me direct entry. So I had to go back out into the world to start looking for direct entry again to do degree with a distinction. But before admission will come, I had gotten a job. And now I had to choose work
or school.
So I called a mentor of mine. I'm big on mentorship.
Yeah.
I called a mentor of mine and I said, help me with this decision. And he said, choose based on what you are thinking about tomorrow. He said, don't be afraid of whether you're going to school. Just choose based on where you're going tomorrow. And in my heart, I knew where I was going tomorrow was simple. Whether I'm working or I'm schooling, I want to build wealth. And for me, the fastest way to do that was to start earning income. So I picked the job because I realized that there is external campuses now happening in Nigeria at that time. This was many years ago, 2003, 4. So that LASU had external campus. Some foreign universities even have external campus, which I did one, Thames Business School from Singapore, and that was what I knew I could work at May School. And that was where everything started. And from there, I just kept going.
So would you say you're a born entrepreneur, or do you think entrepreneurship is something you learn?
I actually think that it's something you can learn, and sometimes it's something that is inherent. Because there are people that are just passionate about building things. There are people that are just passionate about looking for problems and solving them. For me, it was something I learned along the way. Business was not in.
You're not the business guy.
It wasn't me. I was the employee. I knew I could do the work. I was that guy. And I know I can grow. But it was along the way, I just realized, no, I had to do something for myself. Which means I don't have to do something new. Because I didn't build a new business. I just built an extension of the business of the company I was working for as I was living. So I worked for a manufacturing company, and then I went into distribution.
Oh, nice. What did you guys manufacture then?
Fertilizers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we still do, but I left 10 years ago. So that was basically how my entrepreneurial journey started.
Now, I'm interested in hearing about what went on in the company, and then what were the things that inspired you to eventually leave the company and start your own thing.
My boss is my mentor, actually. And I took some trainings at that time, and there was one of the trainings I went for in Tanzania, and it was about agro dealership development. It was an international company, IFDC, that was hosting it. What they were trying to teach is that they were trying to turn they were trying to make people in agriculture start thinking business. So I was the one that the company sent on that training. 2, they were also trying to build dealerships. They wanted to create that Coca-Cola, Pepsi system, whereby there is this company and then there are distributors. So the distributors is the goal. They wanted to create dealerships, small people that handle specific value chain in agriculture. So when I went there, my goal was the word developing agro dealers, because that was the theme. So I paid attention. So when I came back, I came back, I wrote my report to the company, and I sat down. Many years later, precisely like 5 years later, the outgoing president for African Development Bank, Akimumi, became Minister of Agric, and he brought a system, and the system was going to focus on agro dealerships. So my company, you went for that training, develop it. So in my journey to develop the dealerships for my company, I realized, why can't I be a dealer? So I put my company name in the list. And my boss was going through, and I know this company. I said, well, the company is there because I was going to run the show. This company, because the company name was Nonelli, simply Nonso and Elisha Mamman. And that was the name of my wedding, Nonelli 08. And he was one of the guests of honor. So he knows the name, and that was how my company got dealerships for Kaduna State and Plateau State and Anambra State. And that was the journey. So I became I was running the dealership for the company, and I had opened my own dealership outlets across this place, about 13 outlets. Wow. And the rest happened.
Interesting. So people say your salary is a bribe that they give you to forget your dreams. But here's you worked in corporate for many years before
10 precisely.
10 years before you eventually transitioned into your own business. Do you subscribe to that school of thought?
No, I don't. Even though I'm a motivational speaker, I don't. And the reason is simple. Everyone, whoever you are, you start somewhere. And salary is a very good place to start. So you can't discount the starting because you like the ending. So, number 2, being an employee is an advantage. What is the advantage? It's an advantage where you work, you learn, and you get paid for working and learning. Because most of us, when we get employed, we really don't know much about what we're doing.
True.
The company, for example, you just graduate and they take you to the bank. Who trains you?
The bank.
The bank.
Yeah.
Who gives you opportunity to do exactly what you're trained? The bank.
Yeah.
So there's someone training you to do the work and paying you. How is that a scam? Number 3, anyone who creates a structure that generates employment is the one doing the favor. You have a business. Everybody that works here They're not doing you a favor. You are doing them a favor. Why? Because if you don't create this structure, unemployment grows. And there are more people who do not have idea of what they want to do with their lives to the ratio of people who have an idea of what to do with their life. So I do not believe that it is a bribe. I only know that salary is a slow vehicle for wealth creation, because we have different vehicles. For example, there is bike, there is keke, there is car, there is train, there is aircraft. Even amongst aircraft, there are supersonic jets. They are all vehicles. Salary is just a slower form, but it works. For example, I was Googling highest paid CEOs in Nigeria, and the MD of Zenith was tops, and it was 1.06 billion. That's salary in a bribe. I would like to be bribed like that.
Very good bribe.
I would like to take that bribe for the rest of my life.
Right.
I will even carry an ID card on my chest and says, I like the bribe. We for it, for God's sake. You get what I'm saying? But the idea is this. We want to encourage innovation. We want to encourage people to do what they really love to do, because most jobs are not what people really love to do. It's a starting place. I don't see it as bribe. I see it as an opportunity. And if you know how to use opportunity, like I did, for example, my boss set me up. Let me surprise you. My boss did not just allow me run the dealership under his program. My boss got me my first finance for the project. 200 million. In 2013. So I set my business based on the value my boss saw in me. He didn't just give me finance, David and Joseph. He did something remarkable. The dealerships that I was dealing with, he is the supplier. Look at the opportunities I have. What if I didn't work for him? So I got access to supply. I got access to facility because of that job relationship. Who sent me for the training in Tanzania?
They did.
My boss. And that's what I try to tell young people today. Your job is first a huge opportunity in your life. It can change the game for you in many ways. One, in how you relate to your boss is an opportunity. How you nurture your ability to do your work is an opportunity. The skills you develop to execute your job effectively is an opportunity. So I don't see it as a bribe. I don't see it as a bribe.
Now, you mentioned something about people loving what they do. Most people always love what they do.
Yes, at one stage in your life, but no, I don't think in the beginning is necessary. At one point in your life, I think it is. I write this every time. I tell people, I said, you don't have to start by loving what you do. You have to start by doing what you must. Why? Because people that do what they love don't necessarily get rewarded for what they love.
True.
True. So if you are not going to get reward for what you love immediately, how do you feed? How do you live? For example, what I'm doing today and how we came to become friends was me doing what I love. But it was only after I've sorted what I must. But I see a lot of people trying to do what they love and they have not done what they should and what they must. Sometimes a job is what you must do before you find what you want. Sometimes service is what you must do to find what you love to do. But I believe strongly that if life is going to be completely interesting for you, you must find space in your life to do what you love. That's what you're doing. Must do what you love. I believe in it. But I don't think it is absolutely necessary in the beginning. But for some people, you can start in the beginning because they were already... Life has been fair for them.
True.
That Dangote's daughter from age 16, she can start doing what she loves.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing she hates. Let me say this before you say the next thing. Watch Tony Lumelu and what he's doing with his first daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
She's following him to Economic Forum. She's following him to strike deals in the UK. She's following him to Barbados. She's by his side. What is he doing? He's priming her.
Yeah.
He's nurturing her. He's cultivating her for the world she's going to live. And he doesn't have to force anything on her. I just find that she's loving it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for her, it's different case for me.
Exactly.
Everything around me when I started, there's nothing I love. I didn't like work. I didn't like work. But I had to learn to work. I didn't want to be selling shirts. I like fashion, but to wear it. It became a side hustle. So I'm in the office and you call me and say, that blue shirt I saw you with, you said you have them for sale. Do you have it in white? Do you have it in blue? I said, I have it. Can I see them tomorrow in the office? I say, yes. I close them up. I enter market in Lagos. I buy. I got supplies. I'll come. You think it was easy for me? Oh, my job was stressful. I worked in manufacturing and importation, so I have to go to port. It was stressful, but I still have to. You know how they taught us now, add something to your job so that you can have multiple streams. That's also another conversation for another time. You know. So you are earning 50K per month, you want to have multiple streams of income. You don't even have one stream because 50K is not a stream. It's a drop. It's a drop of water. It's not a stream. And then you want to break 50K. Into what?
You want to diversify.
Into water with 50K. You know, sometimes we just hear things and we are just anxious. And that's why you find out there's a lot of frustrations out there. And that's why a lot of people have put money into schemes that have taken them backwards in their lives. So I think there's a place for doing what you love. But I think first, it has to be what you must. And what you must has to do with what is required at time.
True. Let me kind of open up the conversation. Because you started talking about the daughters of Elumelu, Dangote's daughter, and then there's Otedola's daughter as well.
Yeah.
Who is a DJ.
Entertainment.
And all of that. And, you know, somebody can just come up and say, you can decide to do anything you like and be successful. For example, look at DJ Copy. She's a DJ and she's successful. What I find is that a lot of people most times base their life decisions and the outcome of their lives on outliers.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
You've heard it severally, that you can drop out of school and start something immediately, and then they use Bill Gates.
Yeah.
They use Amazon. And they say this guy started in the garage. And I ask, how many of you have garage currently in your house? Because you have to have something in common. Number two, those guys went to Harvard. Did you see the school they're dropping off? You know, these things sound interesting. Free. You are not even looking at the system, the ecosystem you are going to operate in. How encouraging is our ecosystem for such a thing? DJ Copy can decide not to even do anything. Okay, let us be serious. The DJing she's doing, how many clubs is she DJing? How many shows? Are you get what I'm saying? I'm not talking down. I'm saying if she chooses not to become anything, she's already something.
Sorted.
By association. Abraham followed God and labored to be rich. Noah escorted Abraham and became rich. So there is something like prosperity by association. She's already okay. Okay, the father bought them Porsche cars. If you sell that car, you know how much the money is. You know what will happen to your business today. Having said that, there are also people that, because of what they have gone through, they are able to use their pain, their passion to break out and build something. We must balance that. There are Daytona now in America. Frustration made him build Calendly. Is what $1.4 billion. Now, For me, DJ Copy, Oge, they are not perfect example for all of us.
Yeah.
They are not perfect example for all of us. I'd rather talk about some to Piggy Vest.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about the guys that build Cowrie Wise. I get what I'm saying. Now, I am not saying these successful people cannot inspire us.
Yeah.
I am saying someone made it easy by paying the price. I wish my father paid the price. Honestly.
Me too, sir.
People used to say, if I'm rich, you
Me
can.
too,
When
sir.
I see a rich kid trying to build a poor story, I'm finding a way to slap him. Is it necessary? My son is not going to tell my story.
True.
Oh, I was speaking one day in a church and I was talking about what I went through, and I was saying, you know, we suffered. My son made a statement there. He said he didn't suffer. Oh.
You suffered.
He said, Daddy, you suffered. I didn't suffer. And the whole conversation ended. Everybody stopped. And I told them, you don't mind these small children, you know. But when I was going home, I now realized he was saying the truth. The aircraft I entered at 29, he entered at age 3 to go abroad. Not to enter generally. Me, I entered it generally at 29 for the first time. He, you know, the life of rent, moving from a small part, my entire sitting room today is our entire 2-bedroom. He didn't know all this. Private school all his life. Vacation all his life. He didn't know that. He may not have the privilege Oge and DJ Copy have, but he has some privilege that I didn't have.
True.
And look at it. Where is he going to start from? Not where I started.
Of course. Of course.
I have built something. He's going to take it over. So we should not discount advantages when we're trying to tell people to break out. We should be mindful of the models we use.
True.
Because some models are exceptions to the rule.
True.
Because they are going to have everything they need to do everything they want. And that's why from the beginning, they were primed to do what they love.
Yeah.
You want to be a DJ? No, just be a DJ. Why? Because you cannot fail. You cannot fail. Because if she wants to be a banker today, the father is a major shareholder of one. She can start as even ED. Because she's well schooled. Let's not forget the fact.
True.
Copy is well schooled. Oge is well schooled.
Yeah.
So even if they come to Nigeria to work, for God's sake, they will get good jobs. Let us never discount leverage.
Yeah, true.
They were born with leverage. I wasn't. And so young people should actually begin to learn what is principle based, because that is the only level playing ground we have. Cosmos Maduka, what he went through, his children will go through.
True.
But there is some level of discipline he's trying to put in his children so that they will know it wasn't easy for him, but it doesn't change anything. They are already born with an advantage.
True.
The first advantage is that if my father no do, I go tell him friend, say, my name na Elisha Cosmas. That's what I think. That's what I think. So we must do better than just look at these angles like that.
So picking up from something you touched,
Yes.
right? You mentioned that these people were born into leverage. Now, for a lot of young people that are not born into leverage, how do they build their lives such that eventually they're able to create that leverage for themselves?
I think first things first, life is not fair. And it was not designed to be so. And why is life not designed to be fair? Because you don't choose it. Someone chose it for you. Who our parents were? If they give us choice, you go choose your current papa. I didn't choose my father.
No.
It was forced on me. I didn't choose my mother. It was forced on me. I didn't choose my siblings. I didn't even choose to be a northerner. Now there's already this advantage that even comes from life. for some people. Some people were born in the UK, but they are Nigerians. They have a UK passport. You queue in the embassy, they don't.
They say British citizens and others.
Oh, my friend told me he was going to America. He gave back to his daughter there. She has a black passport. And when they got to the airport, and American citizens here. So the daughter shifted. So he shifted with her because she was just 4. The man came and told him, shift, sir. Are you an American citizen? He said, no, I'm her father. He said, that doesn't count. Shift to the other side. He said he was so offensive. And that led him to buy a second passport. It was so... how do you want only my daughter? And immediately the daughter crossed and had to go and wait on the other side. They have to go through the check. All men are not equal. She's 3. She has an advantage her father doesn't have.
True.
But the father created the
leverage for her. Yes, true.
Number 2 in this conversation is that there is something God has put in place that is supposed to be a level playing ground for all men. And it is the conversations of principles. Hard work, skillfulness, mastery, mindset. There are certain things that no matter your background, if you tweak them, you will rise in life.
Yeah.
That's what you did. That's what I did. I started to believe that where I'm coming from was not my disadvantage. That's the first thing I started to think. Why? Because I keep hearing people, no, all of now from here, you are average. You are. And I said, why should I be average? So that is why before you ask that question, I said, we must learn to have conversations that are principle based. And we must learn to have conversations from the place of templates. Meaning what? Success leaves clues. So we must begin to look at what did Cosmo Maduka did right. But Cosmo Maduka is not the only one that built a big business. Tony Lumelu did. Don't forget, Tony Lumelu had third class. And don't forget, Tony Lumelu does not have the advantage of Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola's father was a governor. Are you seeing? So all of them have built big businesses. But what is the common indices that makes businesses grow? Those are the things we're saying, that what is it that if you engage, it can make something work. That's supposed to be the conversations that are general. We may not have to engage the same principle in the same order. But you can't rise until a force is applied. And principle is the force that is level playing ground for all of us. Why? Because it's universal, meaning it can happen everywhere. 2, it is not biased, means it can happen for everyone. 3, it can happen anytime. Simply means it is not day, afternoon, and night disadvantage. It can happen anytime. So principles can work anywhere. It can happen for everyone, and it can happen anytime. That's why it's predictable. So I think that's the conversations we should be having.
Yes. So as a budding entrepreneur watching this, for example, should I do something as starting out? Should I do something I'm passionate about? Or should I do something that I can see that clearly is going to pay the bills and generate a lot of income, even though I'm not necessarily passionate about it?
Anything that brings income is, I think, is the first conversation for me. Because you have to be okay to like something. But the free has happened. There are people who started by what they're passionate about. There are people that started by doing what they must. And there are people that that had to do it the normal way. Those 3 things can happen to anyone, because we are never going to start from the same place.
True.
You didn't start where I started. So, but you see, the conversation now is this. What you are starting, and there are principles that, based from people who have built something that work, they have repeatedly say is important. And what is this? Find a problem. Abi?
Yeah.
And build a solution. That's what Piggy Best did. That's what Opay did. That's what Money Point is doing. All of them are doing almost the same thing.
Yeah.
But all of them are successful. Now, find a problem and solve it is actually the language of entrepreneurship. Because it's about solving problems, not about doing what you like. It's about a problem. Number 2, if you are starting out and you want to launch something and it's your passion, I don't believe that there is a unique passion in the sense that there is no passion that has not been somebody else's passion.
Yeah, true.
And so learn how somebody with your passion did it. For example, you are doing this School of Greatness. Lewis Hose has done, he has a podcast that works.
Yeah.
I remember when I wanted to do a podcast and I bought equipment, but I've not started it today. Because it's not even a passion. It's just the fact that I like to share content and I like to share thought.
Yeah.
You won't believe. He knows I got a studio, I bought soft boxes, I bought microphones. The microphones have not come out of the carton. I bought MB7 Shaw, I bought Rhodes.
Yeah.
Look at what I'm spending my money on. Now I'm using them normally. Because at the end of the day, I even gave the studio out for somebody to go and live inside. Now, if it was my passion, you know that I would have started because something will keep driving me towards it. But for you, it was. You said it some time back. You want to have conversations around. I was shocked that it wasn't going to be purely about sales. But I like the angle now because selling is not what makes you an entrepreneur. It's more than that. But selling is important if you want to stay an entrepreneur because you have to sell yourself, you have to sell your idea, you have to sell your product, you have to sell your vision and stuff like that. So that's what I think is very, very important. Some people can actually start from their passion.
True.
We don't know what is backing them. And then some people can start by modeling others because what they want to do, someone has already done it. And I dare to say, everyone that wants to do something, someone has done it. And then the last category of people, be like me. You don't have to give back to anything new. You just look at the system you are and take one of the value chain.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Just for the sake of breaking this down, what does a value chain mean?
Okay, a value chain is when you talk about agriculture, for example, and then you talk about agriculture requires land, agriculture requires inputs, agriculture requires chemicals, agriculture requires production. That's what we call value chain. So when you bring the crops out, somebody stores it.
Yeah.
So storage is a value chain. When you store it, somebody takes the maize. And when the person takes the maize, it's not going to go and keep the maize. It takes the maize and grind the maize and turn it into chicken feed. That is a value chain. So it happens in oil.
Yeah.
It happens in agri. It happens even in tech. You are here now.
Yeah.
There are several value chains. Why? The content, the speaker, the editor. Not all videographers edit.
Yeah.
So the value chain is how do you produce, process, and turn it into a finished good.
Yeah.
That length of activity is what we call a value chain. So this is production now.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to edit. Somebody's going to look at it. Then the guys that are going to post it. Now, how this thing is going to start and become available for consumption, that journey is what we call a value chain. It is the chain of how value travels from the beginning to the end. Cocoa to chocolate, everything in between is value chain. So if cocoa is leaving Nigeria to Switzerland to turn to to turn to what?
Chocolate, candy, all of those.
Can it just happen like that?
No.
Somebody's going to harvest it because somebody planted it. The person will not plant it until somebody has land. Value chain.
Yeah. They're going to export. There's
going to be transportation first. You're going to take it from the farm. You are not going to export it that night. You are going to store it. You are going to put it in ship. There's a standard for how it will look. Packagers are going to come in because there's you have to package it particularly. Look at that. That's what we call value chain.
Yeah.
So you just look for it. So me, I was working for a manufacturer. So what did I become? A dealer.
Yeah.
I didn't have to innovate. Number two, I understand already what I'm going to sell. I know the product.
Yeah.
Number two, I was a regional manager. So I know the regions of Nigeria. I had an advantage. So I leveraged. That's one word people take for granted.
Yeah.
I leveraged on where I was coming to. I leveraged on what I know. I leveraged on where I was going to. When they even told me to pick a place to do what I needed to do, I picked Kaduna State. Why? I'm from there. They are my people. And in 3 years, we did over 1 billion naira.
Oh.
Yes, sir. In 3 years, we did over 1 billion. Because I remember vividly in the first year, we did about 200 and something. Second year, we did about 385 million in total revenue, not in profit.
Yeah, no, of course.
And then by the third year, we're already doing 500 million. Of course, that's for my own dealership in that 3 years. Of course, you can imagine what the manufacturer made because we are more than 40 under them. So if I can do 1 billion in 3 years, what will the remaining 40 people do? So it was a big thing. But the minister was more focused on us, the dealers. So the subsidies were given to us to do what we have to do. But for us to enjoy the subsidies, we need to have a supplier that can give us a flow of product. And that's why my relationship became an advantage. So my relationship became a leverage. Where I came from became a leverage.
Speaking of relationships, just before going to the next question, I want to ask you, how can we build solid relationships that are mutually beneficial without necessarily approaching the relationship like a leech?
And that's one of the major problems and concerns we have today. Most people enter relationships as leeches. So you have an idea, and then you now start targeting who can finance that idea. But that's not really why relationships are born. Relationships exist for connections. And flow is a product of connection. What does that mean? You see, when you are connected, something must flow. And one of the things that flows in relationships is resources. Now, relationships require certain things to work. Number one, relationship requires value to work. Why? Because the word mutual benefit is talking about value. Simply means both of us must be valuable to each other. So I ask myself, young man, you're coming to be under a great man. What are you bringing to the table? And that has to do with value. Because that value you are bringing, you are going to first serve it before you are going to sell it. It is in serving value that this value takes form. It is in serving value that the value becomes refined, that you can now sell them. Why? Because you need to be sure what you want to sell works. Many of us don't understand that relationships have reasons. There is a reason why you chose the girl you are marrying. She's not the first girl in your life, but there's a reason you chose her. Meaning, all relationships have reasons. People should stop entering relationship without a clear reason. And being a leech is a wrong reason. Entering to only take is a wrong reason. So when you are entering a relationship, you should have the reason that you want to give something to the relationship. Carry your own value. Come with your skill. And it works. 2, relationships have protocols. 3, relationship has laws. You have seen books on the laws of relationship. Relationship have laws that govern them. Can two work together except they agree? No. Meaning agreement is a law in relationships. If you and I don't agree, we won't be here.
Yeah.
And if we have disagreement on any topic, we would have been on one issue. Because then you need to know, I don't agree with what you have said.
Yeah.
We are flowing because we are agreeing on certain things. And this is important for me. And relationships, one, they are vehicles. Meaning, when you are entering a relationship, it's going to be taking you somewhere, whether you agree or not, whether you like it or not. It's a vehicle. Anything that ends with ship is a vehicle. Mentorship, internship, relation, all of them are relationships. It takes you somewhere. And I tell people, I say, if you enter a ship and it's not going anywhere, you are not supposed to quarrel with passengers. Come down.
Oh, wow.
Come down from the ship. The mentorship is not working. Come down. The engagement is not working. Come out. At least they say broken engagement is easier and better than a broken marriage. Come down. So, relationship is a big topic. And I like that topic. So I don't want to keep dragging it, but it is so important because in my position, I have seen people abuse, misuse relationships. I've seen people that have value not know how to use the value in the relationship. Rather, they are upset that the person they are serving is not seeing. You didn't see value in what you are carrying. Oh, how do I see it? And I've seen people who know how to use these things rise to the top. It was relationship that lifted me. Why would my boss be the one to guarantee my loan? Relationship. I was already working for him, collecting salary. Why will he allow my company to do business and allow me to keep the profit? Relationship. But do you know how long that relationship was? I started serving that same man 1990. This conversation was 2013. 1990 to 2013. 23 years. So I served him while I was in secondary school. I built something. And that's what I tell young people. Relationships will help you. You need them. But don't come into it empty-handed. And when I say don't come empty-handed, listen to me. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about you carrying seed around to sow. I'm talking about carry value in your hand. And let that value be something like a skill. Let it be something like loyalty. Something you can serve people that already have. They have money now. How much are you going to give them? But giving them is not bad. But I'm talking about carrying value that allows them appreciate you. And that's what I can say about that. But it's important.
And I think the real question here is how do you actually, now you've gotten into the relationship, how do you nurture the relationships?
When you buy a car, you remember I said it's a vehicle. When you buy a car, how do you nurture your car?
You have to service it regularly.
First thing, you don't service it first. You use it first. Now, when you come into a relationship and you don't bring value, the relationship will not be used. You will not be useful. Some people are not useful.
True.
It is use that provokes service. Is it not after you use, they say after 10,000 kilometers, you didn't drive it. The oil is still fresh. Number two, after you use, which also I must add, the use must be responsible use. Young people in relationship don't understand the concept of responsible use, which is the ability to manage yourself in a relationship. Let me give you an example. Proverbs said in Proverbs 23, he said, when you sit on the table to eat with the great, he said, do what? He said, put knife on your throat. He said, must control your appetite. You people don't know how to manage. Management is about managing your appetite, managing your excesses, in relationships. Why? If you don't manage appetites destroy relationships. Longer throat destroy relationship.
True.
Faster than misunderstanding.
True.
Because longer throat is always misunderstood. Nobody understands it. Nobody likes a leech.
Yep.
Even a leech doesn't like his neighbor. So a leech doesn't want leech to climb him. and that's it. It's about use first. Then the next word is service. After you use for a while, you take the car to service. And what is service? You are doing something for the car so that the car can be effective. Young people want the person on top to be the only one servicing them. The relationship is a vehicle. Both of you are supposed to service it because it is the relationship. And how do you service? You give the car new oil. So giving is a form of service. It doesn't necessarily have to be the giving of money, but you have to give honor. You have to give recognition. You have to give skill. You have to give service. But the bottom line is that you have to give service. So use, which is you being useful, and you can't be useful you have to be useful before I notice to use you. Then you give service. And then you own a beautiful car. So you know how that is. That's the simple concept. Just look at a car and understand how do people make their car effective for use. That's the concept I use. And I'm privileged to have served 3 billionaires in the last 30 years. I've been serving the same people all my life. I've been serving the same people since 1990. I've never had a cause to change mentor. You know, this generation, you have mentor for everything. You even have mentor for how you look. I'm going to look for a man, the way he sits down. My mentor for sitting down. My mentor for carrying bag. So we don't really learn. We copy. Copying is not learning.
True. Copying is not learning.
You see, copying affects appearance. Learning affects behavior. That's very important. When you copy, it only reflects in your appearance. When you learn, it affects your behavior.
True.
That's why when you are driving on the road and somebody is driving a car and he drives wrongly, the first thing you ask is, did he go to school? You know why you're asking that question? Because you believe education should tamper with the behavior of a man.
True.
From what I've said, you now know many people don't learn.
True.
Many people are copiers.
True.
Even entrepreneurs are copying. So when he feels, they will just look for the next person to copy. Why? Because they never learned. Because if you learn, you can tweak. You can adjust. You can adapt. And that's that. And so relationship is important. It cannot be overemphasized. It's important because who is in your life is more important than who is not in your life. You know, and the people in your life are going to determine opportunities that come around your life. Don't let that never deceive you. Who is in your life will determine the opportunities that can come around your life. Who is in your life will determine the things that have access to your life. Who in your life will determine the boundaries. They will also determine what can't come. Knowledge, information, mindsets, access, resources is determined by circle. It's very important. I've gotten some opportunity because my mentor referred me. He referred, go and tell them I sent you. And I left home smiling.
Sent you.
I left smiling.
That's the currency.
But the word useful first. I was useful. He wants to use me. When I went to the place to be used, I delivered. When I went to give him report, he said, they have already called me. You did so well. I've told them they can use you. 3 months later, I got a training. The company is one of the biggest in this country in agriculture. One of the biggest in this country in agriculture. I got training. In 1 year, I trained 3 times. The same meeting I went to represent my boss the first year, I was invited in my own capacity the next year. So I was invited. My name was in the profile. The way they were receiving everybody, they received me like that. Last year, they received me based on the perception of another person. This year, they received me because of my ability to deliver last year. When you even enter a relationship, do not miss the opportunity to deliver.
True.
That's when usefulness is there.
True.
Some of us, the first opportunity we had was the last.
Because the reputation of the person sending is usually on the line.
It's always on the line.
Yeah.
Before I got to him, they had called.
Mm.
And when I took, why did I go back to him? I took the honorarium and the gifts back. Because I said, you sent me, sir.
Exactly.
These things are not my own.
Mm.
Where will I see them? And he laughed. He said, pack them and go. He said, I didn't speak. There are 3 people, one person have called me, one person have sent me text. They are happy. Take it and go. I said, sir, but you sent me, it's not my job. I don't own them. He said, okay, I give it to you, take it. So what am I going to do with them? The envelope was very fat. I was praying that they give me. But I still had common sense that there's a rule in relationships. That if somebody sends you should go back and give him a report. Do you know Noah didn't send the dove first? Who did he send? The raven. The raven came back first time. The second time, the raven never came back. But when they sent the dove came back, no sign. They sent the dove again. I think about 3 or 7 times. The last time the dove came back with a flag thing, saying what? This is a sign that the flood is over. You can't represent somebody and not give feedback.
Yeah.
That's why if they send you for training in corporate organization, when you come back, they don't tell you have to write a report. What's the report? Feedback. Young people don't do that. No. That's what I say, rules, relationships. Someday we'll talk about relationships only.
Now, talking about education, I mean, this is just spilling over.
Yes.
Basically, because you said copying will change your appearance, learning will change your behavior. Now, the question is, over time, how has learning, education, and personal development influenced your life as an entrepreneur, basically?
I think for me, personal development is the biggest influence of my life. Right? And personal development is simply the ability to continue to learn. Because personal development is a lifelong process of making intentional decision to improve who you are, what you know, and what you do. So personal development is not about reading a book. It's not about attending a seminar. It's about taking in information and applying it to your life so that your attitude can be better, so that your information can be richer, and so that your skill can be effective. That is the case of personal development. And when I started, even as a staff, I gave myself to reading how to be an effective staff. I gave myself. So when I started to do small businesses, I started paying attention to, okay, how do they sell? I was trying to learn. Why? Because Samadeyemi said something that has guided my life in many years. He said, if you know better, you will do better. Simply means what? Your ability to do anything better is dependent on how much information you have.
True.
And learning is about gathering information and gathering skill. That's all learning is about. It's about acquiring knowledge. So I have remained like that. So when I decided I wanted to start public speaking, for example, I didn't just come to the public and started shouting. I found out that I was gathering people. I know how to talk. And people of course, I have a lot of humor when I'm speaking. So people are laughing, people like to. And one day I told myself, Kai, this speaking looks as if it's one good thing I know how to do. The first thing I did was to go online and look, is there any academy that equips people for public speaking? And I found one in Lagos, Speakers Academy. That's how I met Nia Adesoya, my mentor. So I went from Kaduna. The fee was cheaper than my hotel. I paid 75,000 for the training. My hotel room was 50,000 naira per night. And I was going to do 4 days. Do you get? On the last day, they said I must use laptop because they're going to teach us how to do PowerPoint. Me, I didn't come with laptop. They told me to leave class. So it was in the reception I sent a staff of the company to go to Computer Village and buy me a brand new laptop. That's how hungry I wanted to learn. I would have stayed outside and let that class pass. Slide is not important. Ask me, have I ever done a slide? No, sir. Somebody's doing my slide. Even though I'm trying to look for AI that can do slide so that I can just tell him, because I heard that AI, if you tell him to do something, he used to do it. That boy is very obedient. AI is an obedient child. Now, that was that. And after I came back, there were some changes. Why? Because they taught us structure, they taught us speech, they taught us power of words, tone. They taught us all these things. But I was excited. But when I came back, I told myself, I said, this is local. I need something international. And that's how I saw John Maxwell. Certification for speaking, coaching, and training. I said, this one is not only speaking itself. This one has how to train and how to coach, because they have a curriculum. From 75,000 training cost. My certification in John Maxwell was $5,000. Did you see the leap? So I didn't even enter this space without equipping myself. When I also found out I have a passion for leadership, I started the journey the same way again. I went online. I looked for leadership institute that I can afford easily within the range of 100 to 1 million. And I did the London School of Business Administration online. I did the Institute of Business and Management, Berlin, online. I was just doing leadership. I'm going to do Hardy. I'm going to do Nile online. Leadership management. I'm doing those two this year. What am I doing? I know I'm going to begin to have conversations with leaders. So I'm preparing myself. And I want to have Elisha Mamman School of Leadership and Innovation, which I'm hoping you will teach me how to build all these things, and then I'll have that in Kaduna. But my goal is for teenagers. I want to make a serious contribution in the generation that is coming. And so that was it for me. That was it for me.
Well, we've had quite a conversation. Yeah, I mean, there's still more to talk about, but time is not exactly on our side now, so we have to start prepping for episode 2. So my question is, we've touched on wealth creation a bit in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I wanted to know, how does Elisha Mamman invest his money?
I've not really been wise. I've not really been wise, but before I became careless, I was solid. So my carelessness was not enough to destroy me. So for a starter, not being wise will cost you everything. For example, I was in MBA Forex.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And my hand in that place was not small. It was $20,000.
Oh, wow.
Do you get? It never came back. Did I learn? No. I don't go to rich quick scheme per se. I didn't go to MBA Forex because I was looking for an investment. I went to MBA Forex because somebody that I was mentoring was working there. And I wanted to just support. Okay, sir, is that when we bring deals, we get something? I said, okay. So I started with $10,000. I said, okay, if you're going to benefit from mine, I just carry this my father disposition everywhere. That's why I lose 20. Now I know they carry them. And they carry the father disposition. I know they carry the wallet along. And 2021, I also had a very bad investment. 2019, I also had a very bad investment. And but having said I was not too wise, nobody should just go ahead and be laughing at me. I don't think there's an investor out there that got it right from the beginning. I don't, even Warren Buffett. Nobody gets it right from the beginning. But at the same time, I use my money in 3-4 ways, basically. I like to save.
Very important.
I believe in saving. No matter what anybody wants to say, I believe in saving. And besides, I saw some billionaires who believe in it. And since I'm not one, I agree with them. I believe in saving. Number two, I believe in investment seriously because it is the only legitimate way to grow money. Savings won't grow your money, but it will stop many pain.
True.
But investment will grow your money, meaning it will turn what you have into what you have, what you want. I repeat, it will turn what you have into what you want. So it grows your money, it multiplies your money. So my money is like that. And number three, many people don't believe in that, but I like a portion of my money goes to being generous. I like to be generous. I like to be there. And I think he that gives, it shall be given to him. I also believe giving is a principle. So I give. I don't want us to enter into arguments in other way, but those three things is basically what I do with my money. Then if you ask, in what have I invested? First, I began to invest majorly in myself, learning. I invest heavily in myself. Two, I invest in real estates. So I have lands, I have rented apartments. I believe in passive income. So I invest in myself, then I grew to invest in real estate, and that's where I got Succo when I was losing liquidity. It was easier to sell a real estate and start again. Three, I invest in agriculture. Remember, my business was agriculture. So I had a business in fertilizer trading and distribution. Now I no longer do fertilizer trading and distribution. I do commodity trading. So I invest in commodities, but of course you have to speculate. Last 2 years, maize made a lot of people rich. Last 2 years, rice made a lot of people rich. This year, maize and rice are making many people cry. So it's like no investment is without risk. Ecclesiastes says, put 7 and 8 for you don't know which one. Meaning what? All the 8 is a risk. But I speculated differently from that part. So if you look at that, and then the last one is I invest in people.
Very important.
I invest in people. I believe in you. I invest time, I invest wisdom, and sometimes I invest my money in people. So those 4 things have been the boundaries of my investment. And they are the ones that have saved me. All those ones that I tested outside, they dealt with me. I didn't do CBEX. I didn't do MMM.
Beautiful. It's been an intense session.
Thank you so much.
Finally, just before you go, so people watch this show. People are going to have a picture of Elisha Mamman. This man is up there. After you know you. And all of that.
Yeah.
I want to ask, and this kind of bring out your humanity a little more. What are you still trying to figure out in your life right now?
I think there are not just one thing, sir. One truth that we will never run away from is that as long as we're in human form, we will struggle with something. It could be clarity. It could be weakness. It could be vice. I don't think I have really figured out parenting 100%. And if you ask me where I'm afraid, I am afraid that I have helped a lot of people's children. What about my own? I was in a parenting conference day before yesterday, and they asked me, what are you afraid of the most? And I'm saying the same thing I'm saying here. I told them, I said, I don't want them to say, is that not Elisha Mamman's son? Because everybody now knows me with giants. It's something I'm still figuring. Number 2, I'm still trying to figure out the entire concept around purpose. It's very confusing.
True.
because perspective about it confuses people. So I have found it, but I'm trying to figure it out in such a way that it won't be confusing for people coming after me. So I'll be the one giving them clarity. For example, I don't know if you know, I have a youth Christian ministry. It took me 2 years to start because I don't want to. I didn't want to spiritualize my work. It took me 2 years. It took me 2 years and 2 years Bible school. They were not part of my life. It took me talking to certain people to understand, and it was a very difficult moment for me because it is something I do not want. It is something I know I must do. So I'm still trying to figure that out. We have started with 6 people. Today we have almost 70 people.
Awesome.
And it's still private. I've not made it public yet. So you understand? So and I can go on and go on and go on and go on. I was talking to somebody. There's a Bible passage. Sorry for using the Bible here because I know.
Sorry, okay.
I know this show is for everybody. He said, "Let him that thinketh he stand, take heed lest he falls." Does that make a message to you? You know the message tells me nobody's actually standing. Because if you are not careful, you will fall. So if everybody that is not careful will fall, then nobody's actually standing. So you hear Paul says, I beat my body. I keep it under. We had a conversation yesterday, me and you and Nobis. And what was the conversation about? Even at this level, they still, yes, sir. And it's not every time we win. Sometimes we are weak. Sometimes we are feeble. We may not fall deep in, but we started the journey to fall. Maybe along the last week, no, I shouldn't be doing this or that. And so my language is, the word figuring out simply means clarity. And I feel clarity is a product of movement. If you understand what you should be doing now, in doing that, you will know what you should be doing next. True. When you are driving, there's always a mirage in your front. It's when you come close, you find out there's no water. What does that tell you? Progress brings clarity. True. Movement brings clarity. But it's not just movement. It's movement in the right direction. True. And so, I still think nobody has figured it out fully. I still believe strongly that nobody has figured it out fully. Why? Because any man that is not dead, the next day is strange to him. True. Next day is strange to you. So I keep telling people, if you have not figured out the skill that is your own, if you have not figured out the girl that is your own, meaning currently you are into 7 relationships, you are not that bad, you are confused, but you have not figured out the job you want the most, you have not figured out you want to Japa, you are still confused about the country. Take time to reflect, and in what you are doing, just keep making progress. Clarity comes with progress. True. I think that's that. But Elisha Mamman is not a perfect man. I'm a very, very feeble man. And that's why I believe in system and discipline. That's why I believe in system and discipline. I believe strongly that there is a place your discipline will not work. Set a system to support yours. I believe it with all my heart. Or I would have made a shipwreck of myself without the help of certain people in my own life. That's what I'll say.
Oh, thank you very much. This has been a very awesome conversation.
Thank you.
I hope to do it again. There are a lot of other things to talk about. a lot. I usually will have a list of plenty questions, but I like it when we have these conversations, and then eventually the questions can open up. So there are more things to talk about. But in subsequent,
I'll come again.
I believe we'll be able to talk about it.
I'll come again.
Thank you very much for
the honor is mine
for having us.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you very much, guys. I must thank you too for sticking to the end of the show, and I hope you actually found this valuable. If you did, let us know in the comments what you learned, what are your key takeaways, and all of that. I'll be reading because I love to see all of these things. Till next time, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Stop listening to some other channel. Maybe they will hear you. They're not hearing you.
Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe.
You have heard it. You have heard it. So subscribe. All right. See you guys next time. Take care of yourself and cheers. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.